As of February 2025, the average federal student loan debt is $38,375. The total federal student loan debt balance is $1.64 trillion, which has roughly tripled since 2007. Including private student loans, the total student debt balance is $1.77 trillion. College is expensive, really expensive. But the earlier you start saving, the less stressful it will be when the time comes. The problem? Most parents don't know the best way to save. And that's exactly how I felt just a few years ago. With 2 young kids, I knew I had to start saving, but I wasn't sure exactly where to begin. So I did the research, tested different strategies, and found the best ways to prepare. If you're like me and have a couple young children, you want them to have the very best chance of success. I mean, what a better way to provide that than by lessening the burden of college tuition? So that's what we're going to discuss in this video. I'm going to break down to you what you need to know in as much detail as possible so your child can graduate with as little debt as possible. Hi, I'm Greg Hardy, and welcome back to the channel where we talk about all things personal finance, investing, and building a financially secure future. So if you're serious about taking control of your finances, learning something new every week, and giving your kids a financial head start, make sure to subscribe to this channel. One click helps grow this community and gets this knowledge out to more families who need it. Thank you. One thing is for sure, and that is college costs have skyrocketed over the past few decades, making it harder than ever for families to afford higher education. In the U.S. alone, the average cost of tuition and fees at a public in-state university is around $11,000 per year, while out-of-state students pay closer to $29,000 per year. And private colleges, well, those can run over $40,000 per year, and that doesn't even include housing, food, and other expenses. So when you add it all up, a 4-year degree can easily cost over 6 figures. And with inflation and rising demand, these prices are only expected to climb. So with tuition costs soaring, most students turn to loans. But that decision comes with a price tag. The average graduate carries over $38,000 in student debt, and for many, those monthly payments drag on for decades. That means young adults are entering the workforce already burdened with monthly payments that can really limit their ability to buy a home, start a family, or invest for their future. Some borrowers even struggle with loan payments well into their 40s and 50s, delaying financial freedom. The good news, you don't have to let student debt control your child's future. By starting a college savings plan early, you can dramatically reduce or even eliminate the need for loans. The power of compound interest means that even small, consistent contributions over time can add up to significant amounts. What we do personally is contribute $2,000 a year to our children's 529 plan. Typically, we do it around the end of the year so it can be invested for the full year ahead. Now, maybe you'd rather save a little for them each month. If you start saving just $100 per month when your child is born, and it grows at a very conservative 6% per year, you could have over $38,000 by the time they turn 18. Compare that to trying to save that same amount in just 4 or 5 years before college. It's nearly impossible without some major sacrifices. Every dollar saved today is a dollar your child won't have to borrow in the future. And the earlier you start, the more you can take advantage of tax-advantaged savings plans like 529 accounts, which allows your money to grow tax-free when used for education. Saving for college isn't just about avoiding debt, it's about giving your child financial freedom and options when they enter adulthood. Now, when it comes to saving for college, not all accounts are created equal. The 529 College Savings Plan is the most popular option for parents because it offers significant tax benefits and flexibility. Money invested in a 529 plan grows tax-free, and as long as those funds are used for qualified educational expenses like tuition, room and board, and textbooks, you won't have to pay taxes on the withdrawals ever. Now, it also doesn't have to be used just for college. 529 plans can be used to pay for tuition at private K-12 schools, but there are limits. The maximum amount that can be used per year is $10,000. The only qualified expense is tuition. Some states may tax withdrawals for private school costs, so you want to do your homework before using those funds. Many states also offer tax deductions or credits for contributions, making it even more attractive. Another major perk is that anyone can contribute, so grandparents, aunts, and uncles can also help contribute to the account over time. And your child, if they decide not to go to college, you can transfer these funds to another family member without penalty. Also, in the Secure 2.0 Act passed at the tail end of 2022, Congress included over 100 provisions designed to boost American savings. One of them allows up to $35,000 of unused funds in a 529 education savings plan to be rolled over into a Roth IRA for the 529 plan's beneficiary. Another option is the Coverdell Education Savings Account, also known as ESA, which allows for tax-free growth and withdrawals for education expenses. However, it does come with more restrictions than a 529 plan. The annual contribution limit is just $2,000 per child, and there are income limits for eligibility. The upside is that Coverdell funds can be used for K through 12 expenses in addition to college costs, giving parents more flexibility early on. If you start saving when your child is young, this account can be a great tool to cover private school tuition, tutoring, or even a laptop for school. For parents who want maximum flexibility, a custodial brokerage account allows you to save and invest money in your child's name. Now, unlike a 529 or a Coverdell ESA, these accounts aren't limited to educational expenses. Your child can use the money for anything once they reach adulthood, usually 18 to 21, depending on the state. Now, the downside? These accounts don't have the same tax advantages, and because the money legally belongs to the child, it could impact their ability to receive any financial aid. That said, though, if you want to save for your child's future without locking the money into educational expenses, this could be a good alternative. There is a lesser known but powerful college saving strategy, and that is a Roth IRA. Typically used for retirement, Roth IRAs allow you to contribute after-tax money that grows tax-free. The big advantage here is that contributions, not the earnings, can be withdrawn at any time for any reason, including for college expenses, without penalties. If the money isn't needed for college, it can stay invested for retirement. This makes it a great dual-purpose option for parents who want flexibility while still preparing for the future. However, since there are annual contribution limits, $7,000 for those of you under 50, it may not be the best standalone college savings vehicle, but can work well alongside other options. Opening a college savings plan is easier than you might think. We set up our 529 plan through Charles Schwab in under an hour. It was quick and painless. Here's how you can do it too. First, you're going to need to choose a plan, and while you can open a 529 in any state, it is worth checking to see if your home state offers any tax benefits for using its specific plan. Some states provide tax deductions or credits for contributions, which can make a big difference over time. You can also compare different state plans online or using a site like savingforcollege.com to find the best fit based on fees, investment options, and tax benefits. Once you've chosen a plan, you can open an account directly through the state's website or a financial institution that manages 529 plans. You'll need basic information, including your social security number and your child's details as the beneficiary. After that, you're going to select how you want to invest your contributions. Most plans offer age-based portfolios that automatically adjust as your child gets closer to college. Finally, you can set up automatic contributions from your bank account to make savings effortless. Even small, consistent contributions are going to grow significantly over time, especially with the tax advantages of a 529 plan. Figuring out how much to save for college can feel pretty overwhelming, but a simple guideline called the 1/3 rule can make it a little bit more manageable. This rule suggests that you aim to save 1/3 of the total college cost, pay 1/3 from your income while your child is in school, and borrow the final third if necessary. This approach helps balance savings with other financial priorities, ensuring that you don't put your retirement or daily expenses at risk. While it is ideal to save as much as possible, this rule provides a realistic strategy for families who may not be able to cover the entire cost up front. To get a clear picture of your savings goal, using a college savings calculator can be pretty helpful. These tools estimate future tuition costs based on your child's age, the type of school that they may attend, public versus private, and projected inflation rates. For example, if your child is currently 5 years old and the estimated cost of a 4-year public university in 13 years is around $120,000, the 1/3 rule suggests aiming to save about $40,000 over time. By breaking it down into monthly contributions, it becomes much more manageable that way. The earlier you start saving, the less you're going to need to contribute each month. For example, if you start when your child is a newborn, saving $150 to $200 per month in a 529 plan could get you close to your goal by the time they turn 18, assuming just a very conservative average return of 6 to 7%. However, if you wait until they're 10 years old, you'd need to save around $400 to $500 per month to reach the same amount in a shorter time frame. The key takeaway is that starting early reduces the burden later and allows compound interest to do most of the heavy lifting. Even if you can't save enough to cover the full cost of college, every dollar saved is one less dollar borrowed, and that makes a huge difference. Student loans come with interest, which means borrowing can significantly increase the total amount paid over time. So, by consistently setting aside money, even in small amounts, you're giving your child a head start and reducing the financial pressure when college arrives. With that said, one of the biggest mistakes parents make is prioritizing college savings over their own retirement. While it's natural to want to help your child avoid student debt, you have to remember, your child can take out loans for college, but you can't take out loans for retirement. If you drain your savings or cut back on retirement contributions to fund their education, you could end up struggling financially later on in life. This could even place a burden back on your child if they have to end up supporting you in retirement. So it's important to strike a balance. Save what you can for college, but make sure you also are securing your own financial future. Another mistake is not understanding how savings accounts affect financial aid eligibility. Many parents don't realize that money in a 529 plan or other education savings accounts can impact how much financial aid their child qualifies for. While 529 plans are treated favorably in aid calculations, assets in a brokerage account or money saved in a parent's regular savings account could significantly reduce need-based aid. To maximize eligibility, it's going to be important to understand how different savings vehicles are assessed and consider strategies like keeping assets in the parent's name instead of in the child's name. Lastly, waiting too long to start saving can make it much harder to reach your college savings goals. The longer you wait, the more you'll have to contribute each month to catch up. And you're going to miss out on valuable years of compound growth. Many parents put off saving thinking that they have plenty of time, but before they know it, their child is grown and in high school and there's little time left. Even if you can only put away a small amount of money each month, starting early is going to give your money more time to grow and reduce the need for loans down the road. The best savings plan really does depend on your financial goals and how much flexibility you need. If tax-free growth for education is your top priority, 529 plan is the best choice. If you want to cover private school tuition before college, a Coverdell ESA might be a pretty good fit. Custodial brokerage accounts offer broad savings options, while a Roth IRA provides a unique way to save for both college and for retirement. The key is to start early. Take advantage of the tax benefits and use a mix of these tools to fund your child's education without relying solely on large student loans. Ultimately, saving for college isn't just about money. It's about giving your child freedom. Freedom to choose a career without being weighed down by debt. Freedom to focus on their future instead of monthly payments. The best time to start was yesterday. The next best time, right now. So, if you're serious about securing your child's financial future, hit that subscribe button right now. Every week, I break down personal finance strategies to help families just like yours take control of their money. And if you want more practical, no-nonsense advice on building wealth and securing your financial future, check out this video right here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.